What's going on, guys? My name is Steve. Thank you for stopping by my channel. Today we're going to be reacting to Irish food and what to eat in Ireland. You know, I really don't know a lot about Irish food, but if someone asked me what is the first food or dish that comes to mind when I think about Ireland, I think the obvious answer is the potato, because there's such a history in Ireland with the potato. Things like the potato famine that happened in the 1800s. And I think there is a huge stereotype surrounding the Irish people and that they really enjoy the potato a lot. I really don't know how accurate that is, in modern times. I still think your average Irish person probably really does enjoy potatoes, but do they really enjoy potatoes a lot more than, say, your average American or your average Brit or your average people from other countries? I don't really know if that's accurate. Please let me know in the comments if that is accurate or not. But the main dish, or I'm not going to say it's a main dish, but the dish that comes to my mind when I think about Irish food has to be some sort of a stew. I don't have a name or a particular type of stew, but I just picture some sort of a meat, maybe a beef, kind of like a beef stew, and I think like a rich broth, and it probably has potatoes and carrots and maybe onions in it. And for some reason, I picture the Irish people having cabbage in a lot of their stews and things like that. I'm not sure if that's accurate either. I don't really know where this picture in my head of a stew being a very popular dish in Ireland comes from, but for some reason it's there. I don't know why. But anyways, guys, enough rambling from me. I'm really excited to see what you guys really enjoy eating a lot in Ireland and what I might look forward to trying when I actually visit Ireland for the first time. So let's just go ahead and dive in and check out Irish food and what to eat in Ireland.
Hey there, fellow travelers. Mark here with Walter's World, and today we're here in beautiful Kinsale, Ireland. My buddy Jeff and I just had this amazing fish pie. Oh my God.
Fish pie?
Called Fishy Fish, in case you wondered what they had. We had some oysters too, and oh my God, the food was fantastic. And it kind of got me thinking, what's the kind of food you're going to eat when you come here to Ireland? Because there actually is some really good food here. I know, the reputation in my videos from 10 years ago said Irish food, meh. Dude, it's totally not that case anymore. The food here is actually very good. They really went for the foodie revolution here. We have a lot of really good restaurants, a lot of really good food, and even some of those traditional Irish dishes have made a comeback, and they're really, really tasty. So what this video is going to cover is the things you should eat when you come here, and we're going to focus on Irish food. Now, there's lots of international cuisine you can have here in Ireland, but you didn't come to Ireland to have Italian food or Indian food or stuff like that. You came here to eat Irish food, okay? So let's get started. Now, we can start with probably one of the more traditional things you'll see in a lot of menus. It's Irish stew, which is...
Why in the world? That is just what I said. Was basically, this doesn't look exactly like what I was thinking, but yeah, I mean, generally speaking, is this mashed potatoes? What is that? And peas. Okay, peas. I think this is carrots right here. That looks really good, man. It's kind of what I was picturing. I was picturing a really rich stew, and I don't know, maybe was this actually on the thumbnail? That's not why I was thinking that, but I don't know if it was or not, but for some reason I've always had the stew in mind when I think of Irish food for some reason.
Basically, you have, usually it's lamb or sometimes beef chopped up, and then it's got like carrots and onions and stuff in there, and then there'll be like some mashed potatoes. They'll pour it on top of that. Like they'll pour the stew on top of the mashed potatoes. Yes. And that's a really good hearty meal. You'll see in a lot of the pubs and restaurants. Man. So that's cool. On the other side of it, if you want to kind of it flipped over where the mashed potatoes are on the bottom, the mashed potatoes are on the top instead of the bottom, you have shepherd's pie, which is minced meat or ground beef and kind of a sauce, and then it's baked with mashed potatoes on top of it. That's kind of a popular thing.
That's what shepherd's pie is? I've never had it. I've heard of shepherd's pie, but I had no idea what it was. So it's basically like a beef stew baked inside with mashed potatoes on top and then baked? That's what that looked like. Wow, dude. That's probably pretty good. I'd probably really like that. I like beef stew. I've never tried lamb, but I'm based off of what I understand how lamb probably tastes. I bet I would like it, and I definitely want to make it a priority to try lamb at some point. Yeah, man, I would definitely dig that.
When you look at the meats here, though, you'll see a lot of beef, and especially the pubs, a lot of beef burgers and stuff like that. But the meat you want to have when you are here is lamb shank or lamb cutlets or whatever you want. The lamb is really good here in Ireland, man. So you definitely want to be having some of that. But for me, actually, the best meat kind of thing that's out there is actually the fish. When you come here, the salmon is amazing. Okay, and you can get smoked salmon on bread, a very popular thing here. Oh, and the soda bread they have here is just awesome. It's made a different way than the other bread. There's some bicarbonate in it, but it's so good.
Wait, hold on. Dairy Gold butter. Okay, so we get Kerrygold butter, and we know that comes from Ireland, right? It's really good butter. If I generally like to buy my butter from a farm if I can, but when you buy butter from the grocery store, getting Kerrygold is one of the best. It's probably the best butter you can get somewhere like Walmart or something like that. It's really good. And is this Dairygold? Does this have anything to do with Kerrygold? Just notice the gold ending of the word. So, what is this? Well, it's pretty good.
Carbonate in it, but it's so good. But the fish is fantastic, and you can go to places. There's a place right over here called Dino's. It's a fish and chip shop. You can go there, get your fish and chips, and go. And man, you will just love it when you are here.
That looks good,
the thing is, there's a lot of different fish you can have when you are here. Yes, salmon, like I said before, is the biggest one out there. But there's a lot of cod. You can have monkfish, all kinds of stuff. But also the shellfish here is really good.
I'm not a big shellfish fan. I don't like really shrimp. Oysters, things like that, but I love fish, man. I love smoked salmon, but what kind of fish do you guys generally have in your fish and chips? Is it cod usually? But I love fish and chips, man. That's obviously not what we call it here. I don't even know what do we call it here because there's no fish and chip shop. That's one thing I've learned that they have a lot throughout Britain, but do you guys in Ireland have a lot of fish and chip shops as well? I'm guessing you do because you live, island nation. You got such easy access to good quality seafood. It makes sense that you would. But what kind of fish do you generally use at most of your fish and chip shops? Man, that's something I so look forward to when I visit is getting some good fish and chips, dude. And this looks good, but considering he says this, what did he say? Shellfish. Yeah, I don't know, man. I would give it a go, but I've never really liked, that type of seafood, really. But it's been a while since I've tried it, so maybe it would grow on me. I don't know.
We've had crab when we've been here. We've had fish stews, all kinds of stuff with shellfish in it, and you really do really well. So one of the starters I tell people to have when they come here is have the seafood chowder when you are here, because no matter where we've gone in Ireland, the seafood chowder has been phenomenal. So that's nice because it's not like cheap crappy fish they throw in there.
It looks really good.
It's got salmon, it's got other stuff. And then you're like, man, see, I'm drooling trying to explain it, and it is really good. Another nice starter is if you get oysters. Man, the oysters here, we had some today. It was just phenomenal when you are here. And that's the thing is they're super fresh here, so it's a good place if you want to try oysters and you're worried your tummy's not going to like them. This is a place you don't have to worry is, are these oysters old or not? Because they'll be fresh as fresh can be, especially in a place like Kinsale. You're going to be totally okay with it. Now, I wouldn't be talking about Ireland and Irish food without talking about the lovely potato. And of course, you have your chips, your French fries, your chips.
Those look
like
good
fries. You will have those with your fish and chips and stuff like that. But they do put them with a lot of other dishes out there in terms of your chips. But the thing is, there's other things you might have. You'll see a lot of mashed potatoes and stuff like that. And also, there's actually potato pancakes or potato bread, depending on how you want to say it. I think they look like potato pancakes called boxty you can get. It's like grated potatoes fried, and that's actually pretty good for something to have.
Like a hash brown?
And then there's the thing, I think it's called kulkana. I don't know. I never asked them how to say it. I just pointed and said I want that, which is like mashed potatoes and then like cabbage mixed together, which is really kind of cool. And you'll have that with ham. And for my American friends, when you have your corned beef and cabbage and with the potatoes and stuff like that,
corned beef and cabbage,
ham and kulkana together kind of reminds you of it when you do have it when you are here. Now, in terms of drinks when you are here, Ireland is a tea and beer country. They drink more tea per capita, I think, than anywhere else in the world, so you will have tea with breakfast. Just ask, you'll be fine. I've talked to people that do drink coffee. They like the coffee here too, but it's a tea place when you do come here. But the beer is the thing you really have to have, and you do have the stouts. Those dark beers, yes, Guinness. Guinness is from here, and you will love it. Murphy's is from here. And the thing is, when you drink Guinness or you drink Murphy's, one of these stouts, here in Ireland, the taste is completely different than wherever
Oh,
you had
bet,
it
man.
somewhere else before. It's so much fresher and so much better. Oh, you've got to have it. But it's not just the stouts. There's red beers like the Smithics that are out there that you can have. And the thing is, there's even smaller breweries all around the country that you can get a local beer at. So whenever you go to the pub, ask,
man,
hey,
my
what's the
mouth is
local beer?
watering.
And try that out, because Ireland, they do great beers here, and of course they do great whiskeys. There's actually whiskey tours you can take to try out different kinds of whiskeys around the country, to the different counties around here, which is really nice. And I guess another thing I'd say is you'll see a lot of places like the Smithic Experience, the Guinness Experience, the Jameson Experience, where you can go, see, they're like, oh, alcohol, alcohol, alcohol. You can go and learn about those drinks, and you can do like a tour and have a tasting, and that's really kind of a cool thing to do. And they always have a shop at the end. But if you're looking to waste like an hour to 3 hours, something like that, you can do these tours, and it is kind of a fun thing. It's an educational thing, but sometimes after a while they kind of get repetitive, but it is still something you can do when you are here. Now, another drink people kind of worry about when they travel is the water. And some people say, hey, can I drink the water in Ireland? Yes, you can drink the water in Ireland. It's totally fine.
That is something that I would have not even thought like there would be a problem with the water. I mean, it's a first world country. Like, I mean, when I've gone to, when I went to, say, Indonesia, that's a question I had, but I wouldn't think that in anywhere in the UK or Ireland at all, that wouldn't be something, that wouldn't even be a thing. It's interesting that seems to be something other people think. Weird.
When you go to the restaurants, they'll bring you water lots of the times, and if they don't, just ask for it. It's free. Just get the tap water. You're okay. What actually we've been doing is we got a bottle of water. We just been filling it from the tap in the hotel, and we're fine, and take that around instead of spending money when we go around. I guess what else I could talk about? Oh, the sweets that are out here. You'll see a lot of milk-based sweets like caramels and stuff like that here. Cream caramels. They actually are really good, whether they're covered in chocolate or not. You will like that. It's also a very easy gift to take home to people. So that's kind of the cool thing. In terms of cakes and desserts, I guess Guinness cake would probably be the most popular one for a tourist to try. It's basically just a really thick, dense chocolate cake, which is actually pretty good. So you have that. And you'll see is around here, a lot of the desserts and stuff aren't like a traditional dessert. It's desserts from all over. Have a mousse here and a pie there and a cake here and things like that.
Man,
so
that looks good, whatever that is.
But in general, you will enjoy the food here. In terms of the service in the restaurants, the service is fine. The people are very friendly. I find in the pubs they're more jokey, and the restaurants are more serious. Don't expect like service to be super fast anywhere you do go. It'll be fine, but just don't expect it to be quick. So if you want your bill, make sure you ask for it. And when you do go to a restaurant, usually they'll either put a service charge on there, or they'll add a service charge, or they'll say the price is included with service or something on there. You can also tip on top of that if you want. You don't have to, but that is one of the things. You don't tip at the pub. You can, but you don't really do that either. But if you want to, it's no big deal. And I guess I'll start off with breakfast, because you're here, you're going to be staying at the hotel, you want to have something. There's two things I kind of say for people when they come here for breakfast. One, go the full Irish. Get a full Irish breakfast.
Full Irish breakfast. I've got to look that up. It looks, if this is the full Irish breakfast, it looks similar to the full English breakfast. It's got a tomato here. I don't know. Is that black pudding? I'm not sure. You got some baked beans. The French fries is interesting. Does that generally come on a full Irish breakfast? That's unusual. Not bad. I would definitely enjoy that. It's just a different way to have potato in the morning. Looks good, man. Looks good. Look at the sausage up here, man. What is this bacon? This looks like what we would consider Canadian bacon. I don't know what you guys would call this, just straight bacon or some other type of bacon, because it doesn't look like what I would call bacon, like just straight, bacon. Or maybe you call this just ham. I don't know.
It is so good. You have eggs, you have the sausage, and these huge sausage, or two maybe. You get bacon, you get hash brown, but they call it like a potato farls.
Is that what that
fried
is?
Fried mushrooms, fried potatoes, baked beans. Usually there's some toast there as well. I mean, it is just phenomenal. And of course, then there's black pudding and white pudding to go along with it. The special kind of blood-made sausage and stuff like that. I mean, it is just so good. The other side of it, if you don't want that big, huge breakfast.
Wait, white pudding? I've never heard of that. I've heard of black pudding, obviously, but white pudding? What in the world is that? I'm going to have to look that up, man.
A nice filling breakfast. It's not as heavy in the calories, let's say, is Irish oatmeal.
Irish oatmeal.
I'm not kidding. I know people like oatmeal. Why would I want to have oatmeal or porridge or something like that? Look, the oatmeal here in Ireland is phenomenal. So definitely have some of that for breakfast. You won't be upset by it. And if you look at times to eat, breakfast times, 7 to about 10, lunch times, 11 to 1, and dinner times a little earlier. Like, I don't know, we saw people, from 5 to 7, 8 o'clock was kind of a popular thing, and the restaurants were kind of slowing down on Friday night about 8:39, just to give you a heads up on that. One thing I would say, if you're going to be going to a more of a popular destination on the weekends, it might be a good idea to make reservations for the better restaurants, because they do get booked out and stuff like that, because the people here want to enjoy the good food too, so you will have that. Yeah. Anyway, I hope that helped you know a little bit more about what you should eat and things you should know about eating here in Ireland. It's not what it used to be. The food here is really good. I've been very happy. We've been eating like, well, the pigs that we are. But enjoying it every single bite. So have a great time here in Ireland.
Guys, that was a pretty good video. Gave me a good overview of some of the basic dishes that I might look forward to trying when I visit Ireland. Obviously, like I thought, it seems like potatoes are, incorporated into dishes quite a bit. And man, I can't wait. We're right here, man. I don't know what it is about this, but this looks delicious. I mean, I definitely look forward to trying a traditional Irish stew. And, a lot of this food, and especially the seafood, man, like, oh man, so fresh, man. I live right now so far from the ocean. I live probably... How far am I from the ocean? I don't even know. What am I, like 12 hours from the ocean? Something like that. I grew up probably about 2 hours from the ocean probably. But I moved, towards the Midwest, like 3 years ago. I miss home. Not that I lived close to the ocean, but definitely closer. And you could get some better fish. But here, man, fish is not even a thing, man. It's just not. River fish, sure. Lake fish, sure. But not ocean fish, man. Not fresh ocean fish. And I miss it, dude. I miss it so bad. But I bet you I have never had as fresh fish as I could get, in Ireland, guys. I mean, what are you going to say? I mean, you're on an island, so I'm guessing there's fresh fish everywhere. But anyways, guys. Oh, yes. And Guinness. Guinness from the home of Guinness. I've tried Guinness before a long time ago. I remember I really liked it, but I can't even remember what it tasted like, because I usually drink like the ales and whatnot. Like I like, anyway. So I haven't tried a lot of those really dark, what do you call them? What is a Guinness? What is that called? What kind of beer is that called? But anyways, guys. Enough of my rambling. These look like some really good meals, some really good food going on, and definitely can't wait to try some of this. Please let me know what is some of your favorite Irish dishes, and thank you so much for stopping by, guys. Please click that like button. Feel free to drop your comments or suggestions about this video or others, and don't forget to subscribe to continue to follow me on my journey to discover my British and Irish ancestry. Until next time, guys, peace.